morning grade 8s and welcome back to Pythagoras part 2. Just a reminder again that with Pythagoras we always deal with a right-angled triangle. Okay, if you can remember our formula, it's the hypotenuse squared is equal to the other two sides added together, that is touching the 90-degree angle, squared. Okay, so the hypotenuse squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Please always remember that the hypotenuse is equal to the two sides touching the 90-degree angle squared. Okay, but what now if the hypotenuse has been given and one other length of the triangle? So previously, in our previous exercise, we had the two lengths touching the 90 degrees given and the hypotenuse was asked. Now they are giving you the hypotenuse and another length. Okay, let's plug in our values still in our standard formula to see what we get. So c squared will then equal to 5 and the b squared will be equal to, or the b will be equal to 4. Okay, and that will give you 5 squared is equal to a squared plus 4 squared, which will give you 25 is equal to a squared plus 16. Okay, we always want to get a alone or a squared alone. So you take that positive 16 and you throw it over to the other side, which will give you negative 16. So a squared is equal to 25 minus 16, which is a squared is equal to 9. Okay, and if you do the inverse operation of a squared, you square root a squared and you are left with just a, and the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so let's see how we can adapt this formula so that we can always be left with the answer. Okay, so in this instance, what if they have given us the hypotenuse and b? Then it's safe to say that a squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared minus b squared. Please note that you always take the bigger side minus the smaller side. The hypotenuse is always the longer length. Okay, and if b was asked, you would say b squared is equal to h squared minus a squared. Again, always the one length is equal to always the hypotenuse squared minus the other length. Okay, just to reiterate, if the hypotenuse is given, you always say that the missing side is equal to the hypotenuse minus the other side given. Okay, let's have a look at this example. Calculate the length of the side GH. So first of all, let's identify our hypotenuse. The hypotenuse, can you see, is directly across the angle G, the 90-degree angle, which is 15 centimeters. So what has been given? They have given us the hypotenuse and one other side, and they are asking us to calculate the other side. So we're going to use the formula where it says the side squared is equal to the hypotenuse minus the other side squared. Okay, so GH squared is equal to HI, which is the hypotenuse, the longer side, minus GI squared, which is 8 squared. Okay, so if we plug in our values, GH squared is equal to 15 squared minus 8 squared. So GH squared is equal to 225 minus 64. And our answer is then 12,69 centimeters. So the square root of GH squared leaves you just with the length of GH, and the square root of 161 leaves you with 12,69 centimeters. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and please go and do the 3 questions that's now left with number 2 from that exercise, and enjoy your weekend. Thanks, grade 8s. Bye.